Hey guys, don't know why it's not focusing too well, but anyways, I had an interesting conversation with a coworker at work. Um, because I was thinking, why don't I talk to, and I mentioned to him, I might want to talk to store manager at my job that, maybe if there's a way I can get extra hours like what was promised. Um, Maybe I could do like a cross train of like doing checking or something like that. And I've already have the experience and already have my tests still go, I guess, for 2 years. So my tests are still good and with the company and etc. etc. Um, and just and there's specific stuff that just isn't getting done, and I'm noticing. I've been noticing this for a while that there's coworkers that they get defeated. They honestly do. It's like the hours get cut, and instead of working what they were how what they were working, they just give up and they stop. Or like today was just for facing, and there's only two people working it, and he just gave up. Um, and I'm just like, yeah, if you give me an extra hour, I could probably get this done, or at least make it look better, and that kind of stuff, and not. That's the main thing. I would not have to say it. I would not be saying anything. I'd be like, oh, have a good day. But like if there's issues of this of like there's so much not getting done. Like there was another day this well, I guess this was last week where there was so much to do. They just gave up. And the response was, well, our hours are cut. We're just going to go do whatever we do and get it done and whatever. And basically, I think it was at an hour, somebody started just picking up other stuff and just didn't care. And it was like, really? So, instead of doing an hour work, getting more work done, just take your time, pick things up. And it's this whole thing of being defeated. That's what I'm seeing more so now. And for me, I'm brand new to this store. Not with the company, but to this store. I'm just getting a lot done. So I'm like, well, in my head, I'm like, doing a better job of facing, doing a better job of stocking, doing a better job of this and that. And I mean, I usually frown upon this, comparing myself to others, but with trying to get more hours, that's kind of where the mindset is, and I'm like, yeah, I understand everybody's at a different level, but if somebody were to get extra hours, it'd be the person doing that. And I've been getting, you know, trusted with management on getting more things done, and I have been, so that's good. And kind of proven myself. So I'm pretty sure I've talked with the store manager before, and she gave me some extra hours last week. Um, just so I can get stuff done, and I got that stuff done, and I might be able to get more hours. So when I talked to my coworker about this, and he works in a different department, management and whatnot. he's going to be moving up, and talked to him about that. He was like, he didn't, and this is the first time. He's very supportive, but this time it was different, and I've noticed that his hours got cut, and what he brings up is seniority. Now, seniority is kind of old school. And, you know, if seniority's the case, what does that mean? And for him, it's seniority of being with the company. And that is something that I find hard, because yeah, he has 6 years of being with the company, but then the difference is 8 years of experience at multiple different places, and being with the company, and being in different departments, and being with the company with multiple departments is much different. I don't think there's a really easy way to compare and contrast and say, oh, the seniority gets it. I think there's a lot more other factors, and it got me thinking, like, if that's the case, I should not be making what I'm making. I should not be getting the hours that I'm making. So after that, walked on my way home, and obviously I had this conversation after clocking out, you know, and the reality is, yeah, I do not think, as far as for corporations, I think seniority can play a part, but I don't think it's everything. Because I've also when I worked at Safeway in Davis, there were people that were getting management positions and didn't have nearly as much time as me. Some people were just hired on as management. So I don't think that is the case these days. Now, I know for my coworker, I'm sure that's what he wants to think, because he has a lot more hours. But I also think, you know, if there could be the thought, I don't think that's the thought. He's a great guy, he's a great coworker, but I have seen people kind of throw this out. I know a couple of other old stores that I've worked at, this was thrown in, and it was a scare tactic. And be careful of that, because if you leave, say another person is left, and then you leave, what are they seeing? Oh, there's going to be more hours. I'm going to get more hours. And if they're the ones that often get those hours, that get more hours first, they're looking at, ooh, I'm getting more money. My money is tight. I'm going to get more money. And I just wanted to make this video out because I think this is a fantastic example of an important lesson. And this took me a long time to learn, because I've been through different grocery stores and I've been told this and I believed it. And then I don't talk to the manager. But, you know, it's always comes into effect. It comes in, like, I will do what I can for my morale and my work ethic to keep it top notch. And I'm going to work towards getting more hours if that's what I need to do. It's not so much that, is it worth, am I going to bust my butt, get a few hours, is it worth it? The fact of the matter is, there is a recession that will come. I mean, there's already so many signs. Hiring. You all know that I'm looking at getting a second job, and I'm still in pursuit of that. I have a pretty good thing lined up that I'm pretty sure could end up good, but we'll see. but hiring is at its lowest. Some of the stats came out a week ago that, like, jobs, as far as for hiring, has slowed down in March and April substantially, and it's comparable to 2002. And I think it's 2002. I don't think it's 2000. I think it's 2002. Like, it's the lowest it's been since 2002. Beginning of 2002, I think. So, less places are hiring. There's a lot of places saying they're hiring, but they're not. And it's just, it's interesting position now, and if there's any way I can build up the reliability of myself to this company, best be sure I'm gonna do it. I'm totally gonna do it, because it is good to have a job that can depend on you, especially during a recession, because who are they going to keep? Once again, it goes into seniority. I don't necessarily think so. Are you going to keep the guy who works, say, for example, facing 3 hours less than me? Are you going to keep him just because he has more time with the company versus the guy that can get 3 more aisles done? I don't think so. Now, I know a lot of people think that's the right thing. It should be like that, and I don't disagree that, putting time in the company is important. But that kind of mindset it's a different time. It's not that way. It's about effort. Like, working at Amazon, for example. If you're able to continue and consistently work and get things done, consistently be like the top store picker, that kind of thing, or top free person, you're going to get the incentives whether you've been in Amazon for a month, 6 months, a year. It's not going to matter. And more places, they're just looking at the numbers. They're looking at the productivity. It's not necessarily, oh, this person, like, you might have a guy that's been working, say, at the place I work at for 10 years. But if that guy that has been working there for 10 years, who's looking at potentially at retirement, who can use the hour, who doesn't have to use the hours, and is much slower, is lacking, is he going to get it? Or is it going to be somebody who has 8 years that, for example, 8 years that they are one of the slowest people versus the person that is getting everything done that they're supposed to? Who's gonna want to be kept at the store? And I think this is a perfect management mindset, and I think it's true. And I think that when you're looking at like a store, a manager of the store, they're thinking, oh yeah, I want the person that's getting that stuff done, getting it done right, cares about their work, versus the person that gives up. Now, once again, the co-worker that I was talking to, he's a fantastic worker, does a very good job. He gets so much done. It's amazing, and he's got a good amount of experience, a lot of experience. I'm not taking any of that away from him, and I think, honestly, yeah, 100%. If I was him, I'd be upset too. He should be getting whatever the hours are that he feels like he's worth, because he's definitely working hard. Um, but yeah, for me, I'm looking out for myself, and that's how it is at work. You gotta be looking out for yourself. You gotta make yourself stand out. So for me, that means I'm gonna have to get ready to check or do this or that, I will. Um, if that gives me the extra hours that I'm gonna need. So, anyways, hope you have a great day, and yeah, just wanted to share this. All right, bye.